Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old-style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Boutros Ghali.
Ranto.
Michael.
Ranto.
Cotton.
Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Michael Cotton.
Ranto.
Boutros Ghali.
After dark.
After dark. Yeah, we were mentioning that this is about 12 hours later than we've been recording on Sunday morning, so we feel like we're recording from Japan.
And I'm an hour later than you guys, and let's just face it. I started drinking last Tuesday, and I'm still going. So I went on an old school little bit of a bender this weekend, Danny.
Oh, well, it's kind of getting to the solstice, so it makes some sense.
Yeah.
And Michael Cotton's sick, so
He's sick of us.
So I'm expecting a Michael Jordan flu game from you.
Yeah, I'm drinking the NA Deschutes IPA here, so because I just can't handle
because you got Dutch jits.
You're hoping for some vitamins and minerals from your NA beverage. What's that hat, Michael? What hat is that? I like that one.
The whales, right?
It is the whales. I thought so.
Whales hat. Got the whales hat, and I got my new. This is my Father's Day gift.
Mickey's Irish Pub. Is that?
Yeah,
it's a Cub guy though.
Yeah,
right
so
on.
They had a little Cub guy in there, and I thought it was cool. So
that looks like an unauthorized use of a Cubs logo to me.
That's what I'm thinking too. But more power to him.
Danny's gonna call the management.
Yeah, I'm calling management. You're taking money out of Ricketts' mouth, and I don't like it.
All right, Karen.
So this show is the Sun Ranto Show is brought to you by our 103 Patreon supporters. Thank you for supporting us at patreon.com/Bleacher Bunch. And of course, want to thank our other Bleacher Bunch podcasts. You got Bricks Behind the Ivy. You've got Cubs Pod. Let me tell you, Cubs Pod is the only way you get Cubs Pod is if you subscribe to the Patreon. So you should do it because we're going every day. We got 4 guys on it. We got Michael Cotton's son Eli on it. We got Mike Waller. We got Michael Cotton. I mean, every day just something new, telling you what happened in the game. It's incredible, and you're missing it if you're not a Patreon supporter. And also, I just want to thank all the Bleacher Bunch people like Sarah Sanchez and of course Jeff Rogowskis. There's wonderful people.
She's out doing God's work, making sure that we're all going to have a country when this fucking shit's all done with.
It's true. I've been busy. I was protesting. I went protesting.
I saw you. Kings. I'm proud of you, seeing you guys out there. I know a couple people went to D.C. and went to the parade, because that's maybe their thing and whatever. They're Army guys, and they were into that, but, whatever.
Anything you want to do.
They don't like crowds.
They don't like crowds.
Exactly. Yeah, anything you want to do, get out there and do it. That's what I say.
Yeah, be passionate.
So, anyway, I also want to thank Matt Kammerer's Permanent Paintings and his awesome Etsy store. We got his art all over our walls, and you should too. And also, of course, In the Clutch shirts, really the best T-shirts, especially much better than Michael Cotton's rip-off shirt that is illegal to be wearing.
Illegal. We like illegal things sometimes.
That's my co-host Karen Ricketts freaking out.
So we got to start with a little bit more fashion because the news of the day is the new All-Star hat. They came out and not very popular. People are not having it. Some people liked it. It seems. I don't know. What do you guys think?
If all the stars is only 2 stars, then I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I saw a very small picture. I was kind of excited about having the red bill and the blue cap, right? People love that that version, this hat I'm wearing right now, is got the red bill on it. But then you look closer and you see that whole front panel is one piece. It's not like a normal hat. They did a completely different design. So I honestly could have no clue how that hat's going to fit or look on my head.
I'm excited by them because no hats fit my head because I have an enormous melon, and this looks like there's a little more room in there. So I might need one of these bad fucking Larrys and put that on my big skull.
Are you saying you want one like that?
Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Oh, God, she's beautiful. That's the 1970s Boston Red Sox fucking. Ooh,
yeah, that's some Jim Rice shit right there. Yeah,
that looks like devil horns coming out, gonna come out of those stars.
Well,
That's
Danny. Will you call my Yastrzemski right now, buddy? Say it slow.
that is a demon's hat.
I kind of feel like it was giving me like antennas with the 2 stars up top. So the first thing I thought of was Gazoo from the Flintstones.
Yeah, because how big it is, and then the little things. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I was just thinking of a way to make fun of it. And I was like, Gazoo. I don't know why Gazoo got on my mind. First thoughts, but here's what I don't like. I'm gonna put this back up. I mean, I don't get the hem underneath the stars. Like I guess that's a 5-panel thing. And then why is the back looking like it's mesh? It looks like it's 3 different hats like stuck together.
Look like it's mesh a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I don't like the mixed materials, so I'm struggling with that part. But
yeah, it's a schizophrenic hat.
There's a lot going on.
And then tell us in the chat what you think about it.
Nate, please stop. Danny's not fashionable. He's a 57-year-old man.
I mean, Danny wears a captain's hat everywhere he goes.
I am the Ralph Lauren of Cubs fandom. So, yeah, it looks like a folded flag, says Rogue Wave Creative.
You're the Ralph Mouth of Cubs fandom.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Potsy, let's go down to the diner and get milkshakes.
Yumper says Tom had to piece them together so he could break even.
Yeah,
these are just bits of other hats.
It's scraps of other hats. That's what it is. And the Cubs have scraps of other teams, and that's why we have the bullpen we have. But all right, so yay or nay on that? Would you, if it wasn't $50, let's say money was not an object, which I don't know who in God's name would pay $50 for that hat.
Well, that's what hats cost now. That's what's fucking insane about the whole.
Well, they were but they used to be 30, and then they were 40, and now they're 50. Like, what happened to like incrementalism? You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. It's a freaking American peso right now.
Tariffs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Baseball
Tariffs. Bringing those baseballs in from China or wherever they bring them in.
Well, now they're going to make hats in the good old US of A, and they'll cost $75.
Well, that's probably why it's pieced together, because they just had to chop up all the hats that they had and just make a hat out of it.
That's it. We should open a haberdashery.
Did you see? I saw the jerseys came out today too, Mikey. What do you think about those?
Yeah, so
That's not what they're wearing during the game, right? We're going back to the old school where everybody wears their own uniform, correct?
Yes.
During the game,
we're gonna have a white and a gray team out there. They'll wear their own unis, but the home run derby and the warm ups and all that stuff, they're right here now.
Dude, is Al's Beef a sponsor, Danny?
I believe they are. There's Al's Beef.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. All right. So
Al's Beef. That's going to be for the. They're a Pittsburgh sponsor. It looks like.
Yeah,
those are Pittsburgh Pirate colors.
The Pirates. Yeah. So, it's funny because when I was a kid, I played for the Pirates in the 3rd or 4th grade, and we were sponsored by Al's Radio and TV.
Oh,
we were the Al's Radio and TV Pirates. Yeah.
Nice.
It said Al's Radio and TV on the hat. God, I wish. How much money could I get for that vintage hat now? Some hipster would pay me a mint.
I love the idea that
I played for Taylor's Florists, the Blue Jays, but then when I went to the Red Sox, which was amazing, I got in the Red Sox like farm league when I was bigger, and I was so fired up. And Taylor's Florist was our sponsor then too.
Yeah.
It
No,
is
that's-
Corey. Corey's right. Together, it's almost anal.
Yeah.
Those two jerseys
But then-
together.
I
I see it.
Well,
I see it. Big time.
I absolutely see it now. That's rough. Well, and the other thing that I noticed.
What is almost anal? I mean, I don't want to get too far off course, but it's Sun Ranto after dark. So I feel like if we're going to be salty and have a little color on the show, maybe tonight's the night we ask. What is almost anal?
Almost anal is that's just sex, right? Like it's almost anal. I'm not getting anal. That's just not going to happen. But
Right.
I'm near there.
You're right. I'm almost anal.
I'm around it.
I feel personally, that you would know, that there is no almost about it.
Right. Well,
You're not almost pregnant. It's not almost anal.
Yeah.
not in the circle we travel in, Danny.
Suppose it depends on how inebriated you might be.
Correct.
But all right, well, so that happened, and then
There's a little pressure. See,
they decided to do a Photoshop of the jerseys and put them out there because apparently they don't have real ones yet to take a picture of.
oh, they're still on in the shipping container coming from China, wondering what to do about tariffs. They're all fighting.
Right.
Probably.
So we played the Pirates. We took 3 of 4. We lost to Paul Skeens. The Bats are dead. We scored 9 runs in 4 games.
Can I ask
9 runs.
You went
9 times.
Cubs, 3rd best record in baseball, 3rd or 4th best record in baseball right now, I think today. Pirates, probably the 3rd or 4th worst team in baseball. You win 3 or 4, you feel good. That's what you're supposed to do. But it was 4 one-run games, low-scoring one-run games, no offense. I mean, it was. Does it make you not feel as good about it?
It was cold at Wrigley, but yeah, of course.
If you're watching the games all the time, and this is always the struggle, right? Because Lyle, exactly what you just said. They're the 3rd best record in all of baseball. They are killing it. And so for all the people who don't really watch every damn day like we do, they're just like, Cubs are great. This is the year. We're going to do it. And we're watching every game and we're just sort of like clenching our butt cheeks. That's where you get the almost anal.
Right?
Oh, it's almost anal. You're not getting in there.
You're not receiving like you're supposed to.
That is fully anal. That's
long as Presley is pitching in the 9th, it's never going to be full anal. It's just going to be almost anal.
Real quick, because I forgot to say it. # chance in the chat and Michael Cotton. If you win, we'll almost give you anal, and you'll win a postcard. But here's
Jumper, I think Salato said it was the Hamburglar, and I kind of like that one too. But the Three Stooges bathing suit is really great.
Presley hasn't given up a run in a long time, but he's always letting a guy on, doing something to make you a little bit nervous.
He's Lee Smithing the fuck out of that game.
Well, I wish he was as good as Lee Smith. I mean,
Lee Smith on the Red Sox, he was awesome, but he'd come in and be like, "Oh great, 2 men on, 2 outs, we're up by 1 here." Lee Smith's just fucking trying to hold on to this one.
Yeah, but Lee Smith is pitching 3 innings too.
Yeah, and Presley had a really atrocious. Well, a historically atrocious inning, and that's been the blight on his entire ERA anyway. But also, it's been kicked him out of the circle of trust like instantly, and now he seems to be clawing his way back into it little by little, and mostly because everybody else is hurt. And then they're using these other guys that weren't on the team in the beginning of the year, and they're doing really well. So they're piecing the bullpen together. I got no complaints about the pitching right now because they didn't allow any runs against the Pirates either. So complaint department closed on that. But the hitting, I mean, what's going on? I mean, you got PCA basically disappeared this week. Tucker disappeared, and it was a little colder at Wrigley, but I feel like Tucker's got to hurt something.
Yeah. We were talking about that over in the Discord that is available for Patreon. Somebody said that apparently Tucker's finger is still bothering him. And so Council didn't really want to send him out to hit at all in yesterday's game, which just begs the question, because Tucker, although he has been, hitting and stuff, he's got no power right now. Probably because they never put him in Illinois. They have not sent this guy to Illinois, even though we are 2 weeks in and his finger is still bugging him. Maybe 2 weeks ago, they could have just given him a break and let him get the finger right. So that when he's hitting full Tucker style with power and everything.
Tucker style.
But yeah, it drives me insane, the mismanagement of the Cubs, medical staff and the IL and all that. It happens every single year, and I just don't know what to do.
He did have a stint. I mean, when Seiya was out there for a little bit, but they should have left him out there till he was totally
took 3 days off or something. Yeah. He never went on the IL, and it's only 10 days. Just go take a break.
And Andy Wells says the Friday weather sucked. And that's the other thing. It's been still unseasonably cold. It was hot. So that's going to do something to the offense. And Andy's also saying putting more gray hair on my head. Yeah, with the tight games, it is. They are tight. But
tight games against bad teams are annoying, too.
Yeah,
You just want to beat the shit out of them, make it easy, and make the pitching staff not have to work that hard. I think that's what's frustrating about it. You're like, go out there and kick the shit out of these guys.
Same against the Marlins.
They fucking suck. Yeah, and the Marlins are the second worst team in baseball, maybe third worst team in baseball.
They got 2 extra inning games, so Michael doesn't even know what happened because he turned it off after the 9th.
I 100% did.
It just flew the tee and went to bed.
I just do not watch in the extra innings at all. Eli and I are sitting here on Father's Day watching the game. I'm like, fly the tee, click, turned it off. He had to tell me, go upstairs and tell me later what happened.
You made him listen out of the old Victrola. So I'm gonna put up the these are the batting stats for the week that I got up here, and you could see Matt Shaw, who got the day off the other day on Father's Day, just a really paltry 1 for 18. That's even worse than Justin Turner, who unfortunately still starts on this team, but at least he's got a fake plastic nutsack that he employs quite strategically on the broadcast. So I don't know.
Plastic nutsack.
Yeah.
What's that little Radiohead song?
Yeah, exactly. I'll put that. Well, in fact, I'll just put it up now. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here's Justin Turner's fake plastic nutsack on the broadcast.
Our fan of the game brought to you by Mike's Hard Lemonade, for the love of lemonade, and it's you.
And there he is, Justin Turner.
Fan of the game. Woo!
Swinging that nutsack around.
It's such juvenile behavior.
I don't care. I love that stupid shit. I just think it's funny. Just fucking have fun. It's a bunch of young men out there playing baseball. They're fucking kids. They've never had to be human.
Not Turner though.
Yeah, well,
Turner is the grandpa that everybody's like, oh, grandpa, not the nutsack trick again.
Yeah, he's gonna get canceled. You're like, that's sexual harassment. We watched a video in which, that you can't be putting fake plastic nutsacks. I mean, technically, if I did that at my job, I could get fired.
I mean, if anyone did that at their job, they could get fired. You probably get a fine for it, but it's still fucking fine. I don't care. I love the stupid, childish fucking clubhouse shit.
No,
I'm fine with it. Stupid hats. I love when they light each other's shoes on fire.
I'm good with it. That's what they want to do. I don't think it's hurting anybody, but I do find it absolutely hilarious that they put it on TV.
Yes.
Well, I don't think they meant to.
No, he was down he was in the tunnel. He knew exactly what he was doing. Out of the dugout. No one can see me here. And then dude with the camera just went over there and
slow-mo'd those balls flapping around. It was wild.
And you know that cameraman's in there all the time. He knows exactly what they're doing.
Like it was the first time I went over to Danny Rocket's house. His dad answered the door. It was pretty much the same thing.
Hanging out the side of his briefs.
You're like, dude, oh my God, I just saw your dad's balls. That's amazing.
So Hap with the walk-off the other day, if you want to consider it that. I mean, he had a little help with a ghost runner to score, but he came through in the end, and he's the only good one of the week. He has a 941 OPS, couple of dongs. Dansby Swanson seems to be coming to life a little bit right now, although he's striking out more than you'd like, I think. And somebody made a point, I think it was Jeff Rogowskis on Bricks Behind the Ivy, that the Cubs stopped walking at some point recently. Like they've faced a lot of really tough pitchers, and I feel like the idea and the game plan has been to go after the first pitch of the at bat because it might be the best thing that you could hit.
They're feeling themselves. They're feeling good, and they walk. They're ready to run. They feel like they're ready to crush the world. And we're getting towards the All-Star break. Let's see how they make their adjustment. As they get there. But I think it's. I think you expect this shit this time of year a little bit, right?
June swoon. That's what everybody calls it.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
and then
and this is the longest stretch. Like they just went through a long stretch of baseball games. They've had like a day off every single week.
Isn't the entire season a long stretch of baseball games, kind of though?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean,
it is. It's a lot.
I want to say that they're playing something like 29 games in 30 days or something.
Yeah. And so, they've been off on the last 2 Mondays. No, they were not off the last 2 Mondays. They're off today, and then they're not off again. I'm looking at it right now until 2 weeks from right now. So they're in the midst. This is the last off day until June 30th. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's like they got on this run and they've been playing for a good like week and a half, 2 weeks, and then they get one day off, and then they're back at it for another 2 weeks.
And I kind of don't mind that they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit, resting some guys, against the worst teams, even though, hey, you ended up winning the games. At least you didn't split against the Pirates. You had a little bit of a shaky road trip, but it wasn't like a disaster. You go
Ian
4
Happ.
and 5. Ian Happ's like, he was down, he was injured, now he's back. Dansby Swanson was not doing great, and now he seems to be doing great. And that's kind of what a good team should do, is just kind of like seesaw. So I'm not going to get too worried about this particular June swoon as opposed to some other ones where we actually lost a bunch of games in a row. And then it looked like
and you had not started out so well, and you're just like, okay, the season's almost over before the All-Star break. We're just like, it's irreparable. So.
We had a great start, so you have a moment that you could be like, okay, if you go 500 in June, it's not a disaster, and we might even have a winning record still in June. I think we probably do. I
think so. And
at least 500.
I mean, the team is still playing well, but again, we've talked about this. Like, I think they have to play better than their management. Like, they seem to just keep making choices that aren't always the best, like having injured players actually on the bench rather than, give them a break and bring up uninjured players to, take 10 days to play. Like, why not?
Can I ask you a question? Speaking of, players and management, I mean, the trade deadline's coming. There's been some big trades, and we'll get to the Boston trade in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're
got to
going to
talk
harass
about
me
Devers.
about that. But what do you want the Cubs to do? Do you want them to hold pat? Do you want them to go out and get somebody? You're gonna. I don't think you're gonna trade anybody on the on the day-to-day roster. I do think there is some talent that you might lose to get.
Bring up Devers. I mean, he wanted to play third base. That's why he was mad, right?
Or he didn't want to play third base.
No, he did want to play third base, and they signed Bregman without telling him. And and they announced it, and he heard it on the news that Bregman was going to be playing third base, and they were going to do something else with Devers. They decided he was the DH. He wasn't happy about that. And then our first baseman went down, and then all the word was he was going to first base, and he made a public statement after a game that I'm not playing first base. They can go out and do their jobs. I'm going to keep DHing. I'm not a first baseman. The entire ownership crew flew out to wherever they fucking were, Chicago or Detroit or somewhere, talked to him, tried to calm it down, but then this trade was made kind of in the dark of night. People didn't know it was coming, but apparently San Francisco, the Blue Jays, the Braves, and one other team all made moves trying to get him, but no Cubs. Cubs didn't make a call or didn't return a call. What do you think?
It would have been great to have. I know they're all about Matt Shaw, but he literally batted under 100 this week. So, I mean, he's a rookie. He can hit. He's a good player, but it would have been. Devers is better right now.
I mean, Devers is. I mean, he's fucking really good, dude.
You need to trade Matt Shaw for Devers to make it
make sense.
To make it make sense. Otherwise, you're just blocking.
Also, it's a lot of money. He still had like $200 million left on his contract.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They took all 8 years, though, right?
Yeah, and they took it all. They took it all, and they sent a lot of pitching back. I actually think it's a good move for the Red Sox. We're bringing up all our young talent right now.
Got Jordan Walker, too, that Cardinals guy.
Yeah, people are excited. So, I mean, he wasn't happy. He didn't want to be there. I love him. It's a bummer. I mean, Mookie Betts, it was the fucking end for me. I didn't watch baseball for 2 whole fucking years. I was like, fuck baseball. I was so mad about the Red Sox. I couldn't deal with it. I was just pissed. But I've slowly gotten back in, and the Devers thing, it's a bummer, but he wasn't happy. They weren't happy. He did his thing for us. He won us a ring.
Aren't you punting the season, though?
I don't think.
Do they have anybody?
I don't think Boston feels that way. If we needed pitching, we have some pitching coming along. So we have a lot of young guys. I'm not worried about the offense. I'm more worried about.
You just swept the Yankees.
We did.
And you're only 6
Devers hit a walk-off on Sunday, and then he got traded right after.
That sounds like a Cubs move. Except for they would have just sent him to Des Moines.
No, they'd make him sit on the bench and not play for 2 weeks and just pick his butt, watching somebody even worse than him play.
But San Fran has a third baseman, and he wants to play third base, and he's going to be the DH out there. So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
I was going to ask that because San Francisco's third baseman is the guy that. And I can't think of his name right now, but everybody, like Cubs fans, wanted this guy, right? Well,
somebody help us.
He was the guy that they. Well, this says Casey Schmidt. That can't be right.
No, it's not Casey Schmidt. But
Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman, yeah. So Matt Chapman's over there. I mean,
he's not coming off third base. He's probably a better. Defensive. He's definitely a better.
Matt Chapman's kind of known for his defense, I think. So it's all just confusing how this is all going down. But they probably just got a haul in return, so that's the Red Sox did that deal instead of a deal with any of those other teams.
Yeah, and they had an unhappy guy. He just was, being a problem in the clubhouse, being a problem to ownership group. I don't defend them or care about them, but I think in the end, it probably had to happen.
Right. Well, and if he was unhappy, he's probably happy now. Like he gets to go out to the West Coast. He won't have to deal with anybody talking to him because the West Coast plays their games in the middle of the night.
San Francisco, and he's flying to play Boston this weekend.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Is he's got to fly out there and then turn around and fly right back.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're done with the Giants, I think, right? Did we do the whole NL West? I know we played him here, but did we play him?
Oh no, we haven't.
I don't think we played yet. I don't think
at San Francisco yet.
Yeah. So we will face Devers at some. Yeah, we played him here in April, but we have not gone to San Fran yet. What is that West Coast trip? End of August. Little Angels.
I bet that's when all the concerts are in Wrigley. It's probably during that swing.
Oh yeah, that's when we're gonna come back, and the
field's gonna be all
tore up. The field's gonna be all burned down. Cool. Well, we got Eric Wielo in the chat, and we're just gonna take a very quick, just like a minute-long break. I'm just gonna play one commercial.
I'm gonna run as fast as I can and try to make myself a giant glass of whiskey.
All right, you have 1 minute and 26 seconds, and then we'll be right back. Do you have a silhouette though? That's the question.
I do have a silhouette. It's not a very good
one.
No,
you don't have to be around for the silhouette.
I love this. It's my favorite part. It's the only reason I do the show anymore.
All right.
Can't wait for the silhouette.
So here we go. This is a very new card. You see in this card, it is an action shot. Charlie Blackmon is sliding into, I'm going to guess, second base. I don't know. But but this is a card, so it's a newer one. maybe not in our wheelhouse. And yeah,
How
my
new, though?
silhouette looked like crap.
Is that Javi?
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Blackman's been playing the game for like 20 years, it feels like.
Yeah, I know. It may not be that new.
So, well, let us know in the chat who you think that is, that Charlie Blackman is sliding into, and we will be back in 1 minute and 26 seconds.
The Son Ranto Show has hired me, a professional voiceover actor, to tell you why you should become a Son Ranto Patreon patron at patreon.com/sunranto. First of all, it's only $1 a month. And if you can't afford $1, I don't even know that the Son Ranto Show wants you as a listener, because you're too poor to even hang out with anyway. Also, as a Patreon member, you get the Son Ranto Show ad-free and the Patreon-only podcast called Cubs Pod, which releases daily during the season with bonus episodes all off-season long. Son Ranto Patreon members are also eligible to win a monthly prize, get exclusive Son Ranto Discord page privileges, and there are more perks at every level. Plus, 10% of your Patreon support goes to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball Program as we give back to our community. So what are you waiting for? Spend your hard-earned money on tickets and beer for the Son Ranto Show by subscribing at patreon.com/sunranto. Otherwise, they'll think you're a poor loser. A big, fat, dorky, poverty-stricken loser. Take it from me and by commanding professional voice, and become a Son Ranto Patreon supporter right now.
All right, we are back.
Shit, I just ran so fast.
We have some guesses. Yumper says Nico or Terrio. Tom Cooper says Ryan Terrio. Andy Wells says Russell. Terry E says Zobrist.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you are all wrong. This is from 2022.
Oh, no.
That is Jonathan VR.
Oh, God, really?
I was really surprised. And that's why I had to
That's
use
hard.
this card. It's the only Cubs VR card there could possibly be. And since we were going to be seeing the Brewers here this week, I figured Jonathan VR would be a good one to pop up there.
It looks like Blackman's grabbing him in the paunch.
He's like, you're fat.
You're fat. Why'd you lose a few, Jonathan? All right. Well, thanks for putting that together. And since we're going to talk about the Brewers, or we just started to, let's bring him on. Mr. Brewer himself, now that Bob Uecker's dead. It's Eric Wielo.
I don't like that.
I know. That's why I said it.
Are you Mr. Brewer Jr.? Junior.
Mr. Baseball.
Yeah, Mr. Baseball Junior. Oh, my God.
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing all right, boys. How we feeling being in first place? It's like, I think, the first time in June you've been in this position where I haven't been just completely obnoxious and on top and calling you my little brother. And, the roles are probably where they should be. But somehow
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
For whatever reason, it's not like we're flying on top of the world in Cubs fandom, because there are issues that are pretty obvious with the team. But you can't really complain when you're just winning 2 or 3. So it's like kind of this like businessman-like sort of success that they've been able to get. But they're starting to have some fun with each other. It's starting to come together as a group. But it's not really culminate. Like, I was thinking about this today. 2016, I felt like everything was inevitable. Like there was some sort of role that the Cubs were in. There was an inevitability to that season.
No, he didn't. He was in full fucking panic from fucking the beginning of April all the way through.
I was so confident.
Nobody's ever been calm on this podcast.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Although Sandy and I worked pretty close. We called it. We knew it was happening. We felt that. We felt the crescendo of that team happening. We were just a little behind.
Listen, Justin Turner's got a fake ball sack, and I'm entertained. So, like, I've got no complaints. We won the game, too. So, otherwise, the fake ball sack is annoying. You're like, oh, they got to resort to tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery, yeah.
So, well, I mean, the Brewers aren't too shabby. Look, I was looking at it today. It kind of surprised me. Last I think I looked, you were under 500. The last I really looked at the standings, and you've totally bounced back. You're 5 games over now, 39 and 34.
You guys would probably be in first place if you had a little bit better coach. Whatever happened to that guy that you guys had? He was great for you guys.
Do you remember him looked like a rat?
Yeah.
Oh, the Midwest Bankies, you paid $8 million for that little fucking Keebler elf. And then shit on him for an entire fucking season. And then you finally see the plan come together that, he helped develop in Milwaukee. And now he's next God's gift, right? Is that where we're at?
No, you're not paying
attention. Is there disco ball yet? Or what are we doing?
You're not paying attention. We're still talking trash on Ratface.
He got thrown out of he got thrown out of 2 games in a row. Like, did he ever do that?
Wow.
Yeah, that's not like him, right?
No, he was a giant pussy with the Brewers, and he had Pat Murphy to go out there and do the fucking dirty work. So,
to be fair, a guy named Pat Murphy wants to do that dirty work.
I mean,
he's got brass knuckles when he goes to seize the umpire.
Craig Counsell just got brutally ridiculed by all Brewers fans for a whole season, and then had you assholes fucking yelling at him from the stands for a whole fucking season. Of course, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Well, now he's doing better because we complained. You complaint department, and he heard our pleas.
Do you think he got that chip on his shoulder while he was in the dumpster looking for garbage to eat because he's a rat?
Rat face.
One thing that I've noticed about your team is you're 3 under on the road, so you're not playing as well on the road because you can't cheat like you do at home, and then.
How dare you?
So, I mean, what is that about? I mean, besides the cheating, is it that it's a young team or like these road trips? I don't know. It's some teams are like that. They just really play so much worse.
There were so many team meetings with these Brewers to start the year. It felt like every other week it was the team getting together, closed door meeting. Media was left out of it. Pat Murphy's trying to find that spark. And a lot of it could be tied to Willy Adames leaving. I mean, he was the heart and soul of that team. But somehow they figured out. You also have to understand our pitching staff, starting pitching staff, has been hurt all fucking season, starting to get a little bit healthy. And we go 10-3 to end May. Now we're playing like 500 ball these first couple months of June. But I mean, I chalk it up to being bad on the road of that chemistry, younger team, and then just the starting pitching not being there and piecemealing it for the majority of this season.
And you just played St. Louis, and your old friend Wilson Contreras was in town. And I gotta play the play, and I have it here. We're gonna get copyright strike for the days. I don't care because we're playing it. And we're talking about it. So if you haven't seen this yet, this is one of these Brewers just aimlessly running in to Wilson Contreras. I can't believe that a Brewer would do this to a Cardinal.
Ranto makes quick work of Caleb Durbin, the 8th batter. Ooh, went down at the end of that route.
Wilson's like, what the fuck was that?
I'll play it one more time.
Ranto makes quick work of Caleb Durbin, the 8th batter.
Arenado is
Arenado.
Well, what did he just say? I thought he said something about Arenado, and I'm like, wait a second. No, that doesn't make sense. But I was going to just say Arenado's a dick, but I don't know why he did it.
That was Caleb Durbin, our third baseman, young kid.
No one ever heard of that guy.
And then what happened
does look like Fernando Vina. That's what I was going to say, Corey.
And what Contreras decided to do was to put his foot into the base path and then, get ran over by Durbin and then play victim, which he did for years and years and years.
Oh, my God.
As a Cub, just playing the. Oh my God! You guys are hitting me in the arm every time.
I love how you act like he's playing victim when it was the other dude that ate shit all over the place, and then like
play it one more time, Danny.
All right. Well, all right. I'll play it one more time, and then I'll play you the aftermath. Give Eric
a fair shot because I don't think that he backed into the. I don't think he was in the way.
Backs into it.
I don't. Well, personally, I think that Contreras is not a first baseman, and I don't know that he meant to do that.
Anymore.
Well, you're a professional baseball player. You gotta
put your foot out of the way.
Ranto makes quick work of Caleb Durbin, the 8th batter.
But I mean, if anybody, freaking Contreras. I mean, he fucked up. Like I think, but I don't think he did it on purpose because like there's just as much of a chance that Contreras is going to get hurt on that play as the runner.
got pissed about was that Reese Hoskins was in the dugout chirping at him after it happened and said, "Learn how to play first base, like move your foot, shit like that." And then on a similar play, I think it was the next. Well, they beaned Reese then in his next at bat, and then we beaned Contreras in his next at bat because that taxes the
That was
Brewers and
hilarious.
Contreras with a fucking baseball.
You beat
And-
with Quintana too, and,
Yeah.
and that's his old
Dude.
battery mate. I love when that happens when there's beef between two guys that used to play. And I got to play this because it's a hilarious beat. I'm just gonna play that too.
But how that would play out. Nope,
Takes it
did drill him.
up and in. Ball
Contreras
bounces
is gonna
away.
go get the ball. They're gonna give it back to Quintana. Man.
Contreras goes
Wow.
just for the podcast listeners. Contreras gets the ball and physically hands it to Quintana after getting beat with it. So it's,
You got to wonder what his brother's thinking on the Brewers as this is going on, because it was a great day for them. The first brothers, I think, that in like MLB history, hit a home run in the same inning in the same game, and then he has to go stick his foot out the fucking base path and ruin it for his entire family and bring shame from that moment that they could have forever.
That would be
upon his house.
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
really tough to be sitting there and Hoskins is like chirping and it's my brother. Like I don't know what I would do. I would be like, shut the fuck up, Hoskins.
Being in the dugout with him, be like, dude, shut up. If you talk to my brother again, I'm going to knock your teeth out. I don't care if
Yeah.
we're on the same team.
yeah. Dominic says Contreras has become a tool. I mean, he's not wrong. It's he's one of those guys. And we
100% disagree.
We always knew this. We always knew that he was one of those guys that you wanted on your team because he was chippy and he would, do those little things like stick his leg in the pathway of the
But when
guy.
you're playing against him, you fucking hate him.
You hate him. He's like sticking his arm out, getting hit with the pitch. He's like, now he's actually the perfect replacement for Yachty because he could totally be the dick that he always wanted to be on the Cubs, and they wouldn't let him because Joe Maddon's like, be nice, and now he can be a dick. The Cardinal way is fits him. He's going to be great and annoy the crap out of us.
Are the
But
Cardinals
you
legit?
beat him.
Is
Well, you
anybody
beat
in
him
this-
3 or 4.
I know he did, but I have big questions. What is that team? They somehow been hanging around this whole time. Reds are Redsing, Pirates are Pirating, and
Well, I
then
feel the
there's
same way
us.
about the Brewers. I mean, the
Well,
Brewers.
that's- you feel that everywhere.
I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not sure what the Brewers are really doing, like what direction they're heading. They got a young team. We're facing 2 guys this week that, I mean, I don't even think they heard of themselves. They're so young.
They look in the mirror and ask, hey, who are you?
Who the hell is that guy? Who is that handsome devil?
It's going to be a really telling month and a half for the Brewers because, I mean, I saw somebody right in the chat. We didn't spend any money really this offseason. You trade, Corbin Burns is gone. Damas is gone. Devin Williams gets traded away. So, like, what's the expectation this season? And, like,
Isn't
for
Burns
overseas-
out now?
Yeah, well, yeah, with the Diamondbacks. What
Yeah.
did he do? He tore his UCL, one of those injuries, because they don't have a bullpen and they decide to overpitch him. That's what happens. But those are those contracts. It's going to be interesting for the Brewers to see how this next month or two shakes out because we have guys that, could end up being traded. Like Peralta, I think he's got one more year on his deal after this. So this would be the year or the offseason that you
Ooh.
get him to load up.
Cubbies could use a little Freddie Peralta. I would like to see him slotting in. Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds good to
yeah.
me.
And you
What
got
do you want? We'll give you Owen Casey. He's going to be great. And he's a ginger. He'll fit in right up there in Germantown.
Here we go. So I don't know, man. We got the talent to be buyers. We need a third baseman, that's for sure. We just picked up.
Who
Andrew
doesn't?
Vaughn.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
a third
That's
baseman.
all?
Should have been talking to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Ooh. Here's the thing with that, because this could eventually fuck you guys, because that just opens them up to go get Kyle Tucker. Correct? Have you seen these rumors?
Who, the Red Sox to go get him?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
offseason.
Wait, but
like,
how
they
does
freed
that-
up the money?
They freed up the money, yeah.
That's already the talk in Boston, just so you know. They're going after
It's already
Tyler
the
Tucker.
talk.
That's why they.
Okay,
This
but
move was made to sign Kyle Tucker.
but
No,
how
the
does
Cubs
that
aren't doing
fuck
it,
the
so-
Cubs?
Yeah.
How does that
No, we
fuck the
won't,
Cubs?
because we won't get Kyle Tucker. We'll suck again next year.
You've already decided you're not signing him anyway.
We all know that Ricketts isn't fucking signing him.
Yeah.
I wish it were not true, but Ricketts is not signing fucking Kyle Tucker. So the idea that the Red Sox are going to screw us by taking him, that's not a thing.
Michael's drinking an NA and he's drunk on baseball. Listen to
It doesn't freaking matter.
I thought we were past this.
Tucker's just not gonna sign with the Cubs.
Wow. That's crazy, Michael. I can't. The fact that you even want to think that or believe that, put that out into the universe. I mean,
I don't want to think that.
You guys spend no money according to Cotton. You're a poor franchise. You don't sign any players, but you got a Dansby and you got fucking you got studs on that team. But
Wielo, they sign guys for like the minimum amount of time possible, and that is actually going to be more of the problem with Kyle Tucker. He's going to want a long-term deal. And they're not going to want to go the years. They've got all the money in the world to do this. But yeah, I just don't see Ricketts ponying up. I really don't. I mean, he has not shown outside of Dansby Swanson that he's willing to go like on long contracts at all. And Dansby Swanson
Hayward's
was
still the biggest
over 8 or something like that.
John Lester was a pretty good move. Pissed me off, but
yeah. Well, that's now we're taking it way back though.
Right.
But the Brewers,
that was before we had a World Series and Ricketts was still into it.
But the Brewers, despite having basically no players that we've ever heard of, are in second.
How dare you?
You got Churio and some guys, but Freddie Peralta until you trade him to us.
Who's going to be your all-star? Because you only get one, and the team will choose him. Who's it going to be?
That's tough. I don't know, man. Fuck.
Some pitcher.
Contreras, probably.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. William Contreras, I could see that.
Hot.
Yeah. Oh,
but Bryce Terangi's not going to make it alone on his glove. But I mean, come on, man. We have 2 Gold Glovers in him. He won the Platinum Glove last year. He probably saved 5 runs or 5 hits alone. Played second base last year. There's all this talk of moving him to shortstop. There's really great young players on this team. There are, and you're going to see one of them. I think he's pitching on Wednesday. Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah,
about this young kid.
I looked him up. We'll talk about him in 1 second when we do the matchups. But I did want to point out that like you're in second place with the 5th worst OPS in the majors. You don't hit home runs. You're average in every single offensive category except for stolen bases. Yet you have a winning record. Like if the Cubs had this OPS, they'd be in last place. Like somehow your Pat Murphy is helping you guys win, and it's not like you got this amazing starting staff. You have Freddie Peralta and the gang. Like, who do you say? Jacob Wazinski? What is his name? Mizorowski? Oh my God,
dude, this guy.
That guy's a stud. He's a big dude too.
6'7".
Big, yeah,
6'7".
Throws 102 miles an hour. He went 5 hitless innings, and then like kind of rolled his ankle and had to go out. But he had a no going through 5 in his debut, which was pretty impressive.
Unhittable.
The big thing with him was his command, and he came out, had the command. I think he struck out 6 in 5 innings. Like, this is future ace shit for the Brewers, which is really great. And then another guy you got to look out for is Quinn Priester, who we traded the Red Sox for, and he's really stepped up, and he's really turned it around. I don't know, man. It's like, and then you got Chad Patrick, another guy, just kind of came out of nowhere. Got roughed up in his last start, but still, like, I think he has like a 3.4 ERA. Going deep into games, struck out 6 to 8 a game. It's like young guys that are going to elevate, and they're learning how to do it this year. And the Brewers just have a way of figuring that out. And then you had Q, who's been pretty lights out. Peralta, we got Brandon Woodruff coming back, so it just gets deeper and deeper.
Ooh, get Q back.
And
backfill.
Yeah, backfill with him.
Trade us Q.
And we traded
fans would lose their
Savali
minds
to the White Sox to get Andrew Vaughn, who has potential to pop 20 home runs and back up Rhys Hoskins and give Christian some time off at DH. Like, we are adding, and we're getting stronger at the right time. It's just we've been really hurt this year.
You're winning. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's working still.
But nobody wants to be excited about a guy named Chad Patrick, right?
No.
2 first names like that.
Sounds like he plays a Nickelback. That's
And like your pitching is, the pen is bottom third of the league.
Yep,
You've taken on a shit ton of innings, second most than the Dodgers. Like you're right behind the Dodgers as far as innings pitched. So you're just your pen's getting just worked like a rented mule right now. You One thing I did notice about Cubs, because I'm always looking for outliers in the stats, and this is probably not going to surprise anybody. The Cubs bullpen has the fewest strikeouts per 9 than any team in baseball.
Wow.
Not shocking.
Yeah, they're
Not shocking at all.
Yeah, I don't think
they're just
anybody.
pitching to bad contact.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
their
working.
whole game.
It's working.
Yeah,
Yep.
the pen's been effective, but
Yeah, Jeff
And-
Texas, Brewers got a good bullpen. But, that worry of are those arms getting a little tired? I'd say yes. But, we got an Aaron Ashby that just came back, and that guy can go 2 innings. Like, we're going to have a 6-man rotation, which is going to, give these guys a little bit of rest. So I'm not too worried about it if that's a concern. But we'll see.
So, I mean, here's the question. Do you think that they could overtake the Cubs? I mean, they've got a strong defensive team.
Ooh.
They'd have a weak offensive team. I mean, that's the thing is like you would need some bats to actually score some runs.
This team lacks that pop this year to win this division. And I'm just being very realistic about it. I think this could very well be one of the 2 wildcard teams. There's no doubt in my mind there. I think this division is going to get 2 teams in, and I could see us being it. We always find a way. We get hot in August, and it's just what we do. But division, no. We need to add a bat, and I just can't see us doing it.
Until 2 weeks after the All-Star game, the Cardinals call up 4 players nobody's even heard of or haven't been on anybody's radar, and they're all All-Stars next year. Because that happens too every couple of years. You're like, who are these fucking guys? Where did they come from?
Well, and the Brewers have been actually replacing the Cardinals with
They have.
those kind of guys, and it's really been impressive. What
Yeah, the
Milwaukee-
Especially
Felix of the
some of the
world.
arms. Yeah.
Well, look at what some of the small market teams in look what the Rockies do. Like they can't
Suck.
draft and develop. The
Well,
Marlins can't draft and develop. Rays do a good job. You guys are like the Rays of the National League in a way.
We are. And you mentioned the Rockies. Like, look at a guy like Nick Mears, right? Relief pitcher, picked him up from the Rockies last year. Just had an elite fastball, but couldn't find that secondary pitch. A lot of team control. We pick him up, and the guy's been pretty fucking fantastic this year for us. And it's just what the Brewers do. We find these guys with contracts we can use in rebuilding projects that can become staples for 3 or 4 years. That's Brewers baseball. And we're great
Thorns
at
in
it.
our side. Thorns in our side, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, the Cubs did win 2 of 3 in Milwaukee.
Seems like you do
And-
that every time. Yeah.
And they beat the crap out of him in one of the games. So it was like kind of lopsided, but still, you know that these young Brewers are going to be, have a wind in their sail to try to beat the big bad, what you call us, the Bankies of the Midwest.
The Bankies of the Midwest. Yeah.
It's true. So we got Chad Patrick going in with his 2 first names
Boo.
up against Five Finger Brown. And Chad Patrick, we're going to have to hear about this because he's from Crown Point, Indiana. So he's kind of a local boy. That's not too far away. And so his dad will probably be there. And I was thinking, what if his dad's name is Patrick? So his name is Patrick.
I hope it is.
I really
Yeah.
want this to be true.
Good
and then he's a
Italian
rookie.
family.
Yeah, exactly. You should taste his mom's spaghetti sauce.
Yes.
So,
Mom's
but
spaghetti.
he's a rookie. He gave up 5 last time against Atlanta. Five Finger Brown has kind of sucked, but then been really good sometimes. So we just don't know. And he's probably going back to the bullpen when Shota comes back, I'm guessing, if they keep Cade Horton up. But anyway, this is probably his last audition for staying in the rotation, I would say.
Right.
So tell me about Chad Patrick, though. You
Young
know
guy
anything
that's
about him?
come out and,
Oh, that's great. He came out. Good for him.
It's Pride Month.
During Pride Month.
He's found his form. I'll say pitching deep into games has been a little bit difficult for him, but high strikeout guy, if he can keep the walks down, that's part of the reason he got in trouble with San Diego and got in trouble with Atlanta. But I don't know. Everybody's jacked on him. I think the league's figuring him out a little bit, but a lot to build off of Death Taxes and other good young Brewers pitchers that's been developed by the team.
Captain Charisma in the chat says, and do we get a postcard for saying #fuck you Wielo?
No, why not?
And then in the second game, We got the formerly mentioned Jacob Mizorowski, 6'7", 197. That is a human whip.
Yeah.
I weigh 197. I'm freaking a foot shorter.
You do not weigh 197.
I mean, with my shoes off. Yeah. I was wearing a coat. I had heavy clothes on.
All right.
I was wet. My hair was wet. So anyway, this guy, he gave up like you said, he gave up nothing against the Cardinals except for those walks. And
5 Ks, no hits, but that's what this guy's gonna do. But with that elite stuff, he can get himself out of bad innings of giving up those walks. You're gonna see this dude. You're gonna be like, it kind of reminds you a little bit of Randy Johnson in a weird like.
Uh-oh.
Well, physically for sure. Like watching him throw, I thought the same thing. I was like, this guy, he gives me some Randy Johnson vibes. Just physically, just the way he moves. I don't know. Obviously, he's not even at a part of his career where
no. I'm just saying, young Randy Johnson. But you got to remember Randy Johnson coming up with the Mariners. Same thing. Control is a little bit of an issue through that. Like
horrifying.
Horrifying. Yeah. Horrifying.
People were terrified to go up to bat against him. And he would strike guys out because they would swing at shit way outside the zone because they didn't want him to throw inside because he had no fucking control.
Part of it is that both of these gentlemen, Randy Johnson and Jacob, they're not pretty to look at in the face, either one of them. So I think that was a little bit part of their intimidation because the batter just look out there and be like, oh, it's horrific. And just like, this guy is so ugly. I can't even bear to look at the pitch. Then you strike the guy out right after that just because he's being, well, that's not a
because he keeps looking over at the second baseman instead of at the pitcher.
Yeah, he's just like, oh. I mean,
and Randy Johnson is what Danny called Little Danny when he was in high school.
It's my old Randy Johnson. But I mean, he's I'm not trying to ugly shame the guy, but I do think that there's something to like, being a big ugly dude who. It's intimidating up there. Like that's part of Randy Johnson. Rod Beck, like a big ugly guy, just up there, just like, oh my god.
The pitchers seem to lean into that too. I mean, you see it every time they come up. Just the bad hair, the bad beards, like all the stuff.
That's why Corey Furlong says that's why 3-Finger Brown was so good. Batters just wanted to get away from his
he was hideous. Nobody wanted to look at that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, but anyway, I'm scared of that guy. And with Tyone's going out there, Tyone's pitching. So he's like the kind of the opposite of this other dude, like an old school workhorse guy. And then Freddie Peralta, a good old friend. We've seen him for years versus a guy you haven't seen for years, Cade Horton, who I think
Cubs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Freddie Peralta plays us tough.
Yeah, he does.
And he's been on a tear. And I don't know, man. He's kind of the soul of this team at this point. Shit. Went out, blanked. Pretty sure got that win against the Cardinals in this last series. Bring up his stats. Let's look at him.
He's got a 2.60 ERA. Yeah. He's got 84 strikeouts in 83 innings, a 1.13 WHIP, 205 average against for Freddie Peralta.
Wow, Michael, that's the most useful you've ever been on this show. The entire time we've done this
you
together.
Were like,
he's only given up 9 home runs this year.
9 times.
Actually, that's the most home runs of any Brewer pitcher.
So. And that's the way you beat Freddie. You take him yard or he mows you down.
Well, it's supposed to. Is it? I mean, it's warming up here on the East Coast. It's going to warm up there in Chicago this weekend.
I don't know, guys.
It's going to be in the 90s coming up here next week in Maine.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's 55 right now.
It was hot today, and
fruit fly season.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
Kidding.
It's
got
well. Let's see. The 10-day forecast. It looks like oh, god damn it.
On the flip side, for the Cubs pitching,
thunderstorms tomorrow.
We have 3 guys who have given up at least 9 home runs.
Oh, God.
And Jamison Tyone's given up 16 dongs so far this year.
Really?
Don't worry. The Brewers aren't going to take you yard. You don't have to worry about that with us.
So it's going to be hot as balls here, by the way, but it's also going to be thunderstorms at night. So one of these games could get washed, and we end up having to play a double dip.
I won't be there on a rainy game again to fall down a flight of stairs with 2 bat beers in my hand.
Oh,
that was incredible. No, he didn't spill a drop. It was
Barely spilled a
amazing.
drop.
Do you have that on video, Danny?
I think it is it on video.
I don't think it's on video.
I thought there was a clip somewhere of it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a picture of him laying on the ground.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what I'm remembering.
All right, so this is going to be a fun if they play them all 3-game set. What do you got a prediction for me here? Like, what do you think the Brewers are going to do to the Cubs?
I think you take game 1. We take the next 2. I'm going with Mizorowski. Fucking mow you guys down. His first appearance against the Cubs, and maybe he'll be so wild he'll peg the Keebler Elf in the face, shake him out of that little fucking tree, that gremlin piece of shit. And then Peralta keeps rolling against you guys. Brewers take 2 or 3 in this series.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about both those games. And we could get swept if we don't win tomorrow.
Michael?
Well, I mean, that is how a sweep starts. If you lose the first game.
Starts with 1.
No, I mean, it looks likely because of the other matchups. I'm not just saying like.
I think there will be a sweep, Cubs sweep, and the offense comes alive. There's going to be 2 10-plus run games from the Cubs this week.
Take the over.
You're saying take the over. There you go.
Yeah, Lyle, I was actually just going to say the same thing. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm thinking a sweep.
They were so shitty against Pittsburgh. They won 3 or 4. They weren't shitty. It just, the pitching held on against the shitty offense, but the offense was just dead. And I just think it's time for these guys to snap out of it. And I think a little warm weather will do the trick.
I think Brown bounces back.
Sweaty balls bouncing around that dugout.
I think Brown bounces back, has a good game, and Horton will have another good game. He's just been lights out so far. And then Tyone will give up 2 homers, but it won't matter because everybody's going to be hitting him out that day, and it's just going to be who hits the most.
Advantage Cubs.
Yeah, there it is. I do think it could be a high-scoring series because if there's thunderstorms in the area, that means it's humid too. It'll be hot, so
advantage Cubs all weekend.
So Eric, you guys next after this? Is it late August, September?
God, I don't even know. Because we only play each other.
Schedules are ridiculous.
We only play each other 4 times now throughout the year. I'll look right now. See, we see each other at the end of July in Milwaukee, and then our final series is in the middle of August at Wrigley, a 4-game set.
Okay.
So, well, do you have anything to plug right now?
Check out. Yeah, I'm writing, producing Glory Days with Johnny Manziel. I've upgraded my life, and that's on all streaming platforms. Check it out. We had Max Crosby last week. This week we got Brian Urlacher coming up. Got a great interview with Tom Segura, Sean Merriman, and check it out. Season 2.
Fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, man, that's freaking awesome. So check that out, everybody.
Tom Segura is a funny fucker, man.
Yeah, he's great.
I get a kick.
Yeah.
And follow you at Eric Wielo, ERICWIELO. So good luck. I know you can't join us on Thursday, but I don't even know what we're gonna do Thursday because there's a night game or there's a day game, and I got band practice, so we might just stream band practice instead. I know you're busy, but anyhow, I would say good luck to you, but that's only when you're playing the Cardinals. So
yeah.
And good luck to you when you're playing the Cardinals as well. We can all agree on that. Fuck the Cardinals and
fuck the Cardinals indeed.
Fuck Contreras.
Well, thanks for showing up tonight. It's always good to see your face, even though you are our least popular guest, unfortunately. But that's okay. We love you. We love you.
I don't want to be liked by you.
I think the fans just love to hate you. I mean, I think that's you've come on and you've just been such the perfect heel for our little group here.
Maybe this is the year I get my comeuppance, but you never know. I'm going to be so fucking obnoxious if we overtake first with like 2 weeks left in the season.
As you should be. Should be. I could almost watch it happening in slow motion, like those August games, like at Wrigley. You sweep us at home, and it's just the beginning of like a 1969 like collapse. Oh, I see it happening.
I'm going to send videos in of the collapse. I can't wait, guys. Let's keep it tight, and let's maybe we'll talk at the All-Star break. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll catch you soon. We're gonna play a commercial for In the Clutch shirts, and we're gonna come back and do the bitch clock. Thanks for coming, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Nice.
If you like the Cubs a bunch, buy your t-shirts from In the Clutch. We've got all the best styles for you. Dansby, Saya, Morel too. Clark Fly in his double U. Cody Bellinger smoking dupes. Vintage shirts from days of old. Patrick Wisdom and Nico. You'll look sharp wearing your stro. 10% off with the code SONRANTO. SONRANTO. InTheClutch.com is your store for the most fun baseball shirts on the planet. Don't forget to use promo code SUNRANTO to knock a couple bucks off your purchase. Stack or die, we need more cups. Get it all at In The Clutch. Cause if you like the Cubs a bunch, buy t-shirts from In The Clutch. Get it all at In The Clutch. Get it all at In The Clutch.
Oldie but a goodie, In the Clutch. All right, we got a bunch of, a lot of people participated in the Wheel of Grievances, which is surprising for a team that just won 3 or 4. But hey, that's what makes us ranters.
Right.
Hashtag chance in the chat, by the way. We are going to give that away, a chance postcard later in the program. But I figure we can each take a spin of the Wheel of Grievances. And if anybody has anything to add to these, now is the time. I'm going to share my screen and show you what we're dealing with today. Where's this? I got too many tabs open, people. Way too many tabs open. Where the freak is
I was looking through this list and I thought it said Hitler's bad approach, and I was like, "Woo, we're going deep."
Yeah.
But no, it's Hitter's bad approach.
Yeah, going through Belgium's just stupid. So there's a couple of new ones on here. Indoor baseball, which that's from the Discord, which I missed for the last time. So I'm going to put that in. And I agree. I was listening to a Lectures in History podcast. I shared it on, I think, somewhere on the Discord as well. But they were talking about how indoor baseball is a tragedy and a travesty to the game. And I pretty much agree with that sentiment. So I included it tonight. The new All-Star Game hats. Tommy Pham made the list. I don't know. What did he do besides being an ultimate freaking asswipe?
He's just a dickhead at all times.
Ricketts is politics. The Ricketts politics. Not enough fake scrotums. That one comes from. We need more.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
I'm surprised there wasn't also a too many. You could have both of those on there.
Yeah, well, we got not enough. Nobody put that there were too many. Hating Jed's good job. So, like, hating the fact that Jed did a good job this year.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I do.
I hope you pick it. The wind blowing in, the hitter's bad approach, otherwise known as Hitler's bad approach. I would think either. The June swoon in general, and then these are ones that are left over. No PCA or Tucker extension. Turner versus Bush starts. Old people remembering collapses like 1984. AI and advanced stats and expensive tickets. I'm going to keep that one in there until I win the lottery. So, all right. So, who wants to go first? I'll go first. I never go first. I'll go first this time and do it to myself. All right, here we go.
Oh, what are you going to get?
I don't know. It's rigging around. Oh, God.
Oh, you got mine.
Should have been yours.
Go for it.
I'll do it, though. Yeah, all right. All right. Let's see what we got here. And we're going to put myself in the B clock seat. And
Pitch clock, you have 30 seconds to pitch.
the thing about hating Jed Hoyer in general is that, you know, it's got one of those, like, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Like, if you gave me $250 million and a great staff of people to get a bunch of amazing baseball players and bring them to the north side of Chicago to play winning baseball, you would have think I would have done it more than one time, or even just a half a year. The year's not even over. Let's see what happens. He's had 5 years, and he's failed every year except for this one.
So far, it's not a success yet. It's just successful right now.
Yeah, and there are some cracks.
Yeah, the depth is it the depth.
We've all seen a lot of really good teams fucking fall apart after the All-Star break. And I'm not saying that's happening to the Cubs, but it sounds like I might get one of those old guy bitching about collapses from like the 80s and the 70s and the 60s. But yeah, it happens. And you've seen it so many times, and the older you get, the more you know that it's so possible.
And here's the thing that everybody keeps missing. Everybody's like, oh, Jed Hoyer has had 5 years. No. Jed Hoyer is in his 15th year or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
He was here with Theo.
Okay, then you have to give
those decisions.
Then give him a lot more credit. Michael, because they won a World Series and they put together a fine baseball team.
And then they got past that, and they still won. They actually had some good seasons right after that. But then when it started to go down, Theo was like, yeah, I'm bailing. And it's been Jed's show. But I'm just saying, when it was going down, when it was starting to go, he was part of that too. He was part of Theo starting to fall apart at the end. And then they just gave the job to the guy working most closely with Theo. That was a bad decision on the Ricketts part.
Well, I'll say it again. I asked you at the beginning of the show. What do you want them to do here at the trade deadline? What do you want?
I want them to trade Jed Hoyer anywhere. Bucket of balls.
What do you want them to do?
A bucket of used balls.
You're not even drinking. I don't even understand what's happening to you right now. You sound like drunk Michael. What is happening over there?
Well, let's hear drunk Michael on the clock. That's what I want.
The worst part about
Danny,
the
what do you
season
want them
is
to do?
going to be it saves Jed's job, and then Tucker's going to go sign somewhere else, and we're going to have Jed Hoyer here doing this shit again.
I want him to trade for Freddie Peralta.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to trade within the division, but they do need to go get it. If they get Freddie Peralta, that'd be amazing. That means they're really trying. But if they got somebody like him, that would be great if they front loaded it. I think they could mid load it and be okay if Shota comes back and is healthy. I mean, Cade Horton, he's got to stay up. So but I still think you need some help.
This is a total ass stat, but I would guess 90% of the time, the huge moves that teams make at the All-Star break, they were like, holy shit, that team's going to win now. Never fucking work out. It's the team that makes those little minimal, the right one, but the right ones.
And I think that's what this could be. But if they wanted to pick up a right-handed power bat, I wouldn't cry about it either. Replace Justin Turner with or something,
Right.
I always remember the year that Atlanta won their World Series. They had the same record as the Cubs when the Cubs sold everybody, and Atlanta doubled down and picked up Jock Peterson and from the Cubs and a couple other guys, and they went on to win the World Series that year. Same record.
Yeah.
At the trade deadline.
It just went two paths diverge in the woods.
Was Jock Peterson instrumental in that at all? Was he good at all?
No, not really. But just the idea that like the Cubs, that was part of the Cubs sale, and Atlanta picked him up, and they picked up other guys too, and they went for it.
Canaria. No, they got Jorge Soler too. Didn't they? Did he win a ring with them? I don't even know. When was Soler over there?
I feel like Soler was the next year.
Guy, Danny. We loved him.
Yeah.
I feel like Soler was the next year.
No,
because he was still with.
All right, spin the wheel and I'll tell you if I'm taking it or not.
Well, this one's at Michael's.
Oh,
this one's
shit.
Scott.
Okay.
All right.
Because you were going. Oh, here we go. I'm glad to get this one off the list because this is just an obvious thing, and this is Jed related as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. You ready?
Yep.
Pitch clock. You have 30 seconds to pitch.
I honestly don't necessarily know what we can bitch about with this. This is the player's decision, and they are being smart right now. Tucker, he's going to test the market. I really can't imagine the Ricketts going the years that he wants. And PCA, he is so freaking good. He's betting on himself. He's got the years to build it up. And right now, he's on pace for an MVP season. That's going to mean way more than what they were offering him for that extension in the first place.
Michael, you can't give the players all this credit saying, oh, they're doing this for them and be supportive of them, which I agree with. You should, but then blame Jed if you think it's them doing it. So you can't have it both ways.
No, well,
You know
No,
what I mean?
I
You're going to
can.
blame Jed.
I absolutely can.
You're going to blame Jed if they don't sign him, but you're like, but it's the player's decision. They're going to decide if they want to play here or not.
No. Look, I don't blame Jed when he can't. If he makes a legitimate offer and they say no, then yeah, I don't blame Jed in those situations. There was a couple of pitchers in the offseason that they just chose not to go with the Cubs, right? Yeah. I think possibly they chose not to go with the Cubs because I wouldn't want to play for Jed either. But then everybody keeps giving Jed like all this credit for shit that he's done, and he's done nothing. The minor leagues are amazing, great, wonderful. We have prospects, but if they don't play in Chicago, then I don't want to hear it. Like, we need guys in Chicago,
and if they're trade bait for other players, then I don't want to talk about them so much.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but use them for what, either use them to play or use them to trade to get the people. And Jed does not like to do that. He plays it way too tight. And I honestly think that when it comes down to like getting these guys to sign, these big contracts and deals, that kind of is out of Jed's hands. He's trying in those situations, but I don't think Ricketts is going to go,
he's not going to go above and beyond to get the man that he wants anymore.
Right. Danny, was that 30 seconds for Michael?
It's a little bit more, but who's counting?
We're going to let it go.
All right. So, we're going to take that one off the list. And Lyle, what do you want?
I want everything. I can't.
I want it all. Ooh, this is very prescient.
We
I think you got a little bit more on hats. Were you trying to get out of it?
No, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, wait. I got to restart it.
Pitch clock. You have 30 seconds to pitch.
I mean, in the end, these hats, it's just money. It's just the league trying to make a little more money. So they design a new hat every year. I don't know. I kind of like the way they look up front, but I think they're a little breathable in back. I think they might be a disaster, but I like the old school Red Sox style. I like the old school Cubs style. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know. I think there's opportunity out there to get some new gear and wear proud clock. And fucking no. I think there needs to be more gear, Danny. So I'm bitching that there's not enough gear. So I'm pro this because I don't think there's enough cool gear out there.
I agree with you that I really like the red caps and that kind of going that retro look.
The design of the physical hat is not great, but I was excited to see the old Red Sox hat and the old Cubs hat. I used to have an old Red Sox hat. I don't have one anymore. I'm probably going to go buy one because I fucking saw that today.
Yeah, I like the color schemes on all the hats. I just don't like how the hats put together. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I mean, I was excited when I saw the Red Bill Cubs hat. Like,
I love the anal jerseys. So I just fucking, let's go.
It'll be interesting to see the guys wearing them in the field too, right? Because they're not going to get their normal hat to wear. They're going to get these hats,
right?
And so it'll be interesting to see if they actually have this different hat and if any of the guys say anything about the design of it.
I can never get mad about new gear. My bitch is that there's not enough gear anyway. There's all these other like companies that do shit, and that's why, like Danny, Michael, you guys are always rocking some cool new gear, but you're not buying it from MLB mostly.
No. I made this hat.
Right.
We all know.
Actually, the shirt I'm wearing right now is from the firehouse across from Wrigley. Check this out.
I don't know how you're gonna do that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Can you see it?
Yep. Yeah, we can see it now. It's a like a skeleton.
Are you wearing a butt plug?
Baseball.
Yes. It's the only way I do the show.
Is it a Cubs butt plug? Is it a Ron Santos leg butt plug?
Yeah, it's actually I got Ron Santos leg at a state sale, and I use it as a butt plug. Yeah, that I have it up there every show.
The big question I have
think I
is,
need one of those shirts, Danny. Just fucking,
I'll get you one.
Yeah, I think I need one.
The question I have is, do you wear a butt plug?
Well,
I don't know how.
Or
a butt
does
plug
it wear you?
necessarily- Like, are you wearing it, or is
It
it
wears-
wearing you?
It wears you. So, oh my God! Speaking of butt plugs, here he comes.
After the Brewers get swept, the Cubbies will seem quite inept. While facing the Mariners, they're deader than Aaron Burr, and the whole freaking season gets wrecked. Just like Alexander Hamilton.
Did you watch the Tonys this week, Danny?
I did not, but I heard the cast of Hamilton came back, and
I was like, I heard that. I was like, I think Danny watched the Tonys. He was like,
No, Kupchadamish watched the Tonys. He's a big Broadway guy.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, his favorite show, Gypsy. Who knew?
Oh, who knew? Who knew?
He was probably there.
I thought he was a pajama game guy.
That show sucks.
It's so bad.
Yeah, that show blows. So he said that, well, first of all, he rhymed Mariner with Aaron Burr, and I thought
which was a surprise.
Which was right away. I was like, oh, he watched the Tonys.
Yeah, I know he must have watched the Tonys. So, do we have any Cubsler going on? Like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this one going because we only got two. We've got two correct answers, but I want to get a few more. We will start to pick some prizes, but here we go. The Swamp Fox shortstop also handled a hot corner. Drafted by the Eagles, but starred as a Brave. 14-year career ended in Milwaukee, where he started, but somewhere else. A Cub on the field and on the bench. So that's the Cubsler. It is out on the Discord. You can look at
VR.
it there.
Jonathan VR, no doubt in my mind.
He is the swamp ass.
So
Excellent.
you got to send the correct answer to sunranto@gmail.com to be entered to win. And then I do have a couple of announcements. Just Ranter Fest is happening. It's August 2nd. There's all details still to come about it, but we do have a venue. We're going to be at Output Lounge. And after the game, before the game on August 2nd, we're going to be at Almost Home. We're going to have activities and we're all going to hang out. And if you want to go to the game, get your tickets for that before it all sells out. It almost might be sold out already, but I know some of you guys, and we're going to get some shirts made and we're going to get some hats made. And so look for those. But if you want to know more about it, just join one of these links. And there's a Partiful link. There's a Facebook event link you can join, and look for that Ranter Fest 2025. Come be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. After we have comedians after the game. It's going to be great.
I'm going to do 5 minutes on Tommy LaStella.
Dude, you have to now. Now you have to do it. You have to come and do it. We're working on Lau getting there too. We're seeing if it's going to work out schedule wise. I
bought a new Cub Speedo, so I can't imagine why I would have it for any other reason.
You can buy
That's how you get through TSA so quickly.
You can buy tickets to see Lyle in a Speedo. You can buy tickets to see Lyle in a Speedo at sunranto.com/ranterfest. That's only $30. Lyle, your price really has never changed.
It's scratch and sniff. I don't know what that means.
Well, come to Ranterfest and find out. and also we have I'm raising money for Possibility Project, which is a organization
very
I work
cool
for. And we put on shows with high school kids, and it really helps people. So check it out. It's called the Possibility Project. Give them some of your money and do it through my fundraiser. I just dropped the link in the chat, classy.org. I'll share this out on my Facebook too. All right. I got a TFC. Does anybody else have one?
I have one.
I had 30, but I still don't know how to use the system. So somebody will show me someday. It's just going to take you 15 minutes, Danny, to get on the phone with me. That's all we got to do. But then we start talking about your new house, and then the pogs we had when we were in college, and then that beer we drank once, and then we forgot to do it.
Yep.
It happens every time.
I'll log you in someday.
Yeah,
Okay.
someday.
Well, I will go first here. I got what is the term? The gully something with the seagulls eating the hot dogs.
Getting gully with the Scully.
I don't know, but this meme has been out there a lot of these seagulls carrying a hot dog away from Wrigley Field. But this one really struck me as having a little extra.
Seagulls with nut sacks. I love it.
Yes, somebody photoshopped.
Look at the W too. It's everything. It's
Yep.
fucking everything.
It says
That's
"Sweet
the official-
Victory."
Danny, you need to get that printed into a flag to fly. That's the W flag the Ranters hold up after the game. That's it.
You know what? I'm going to screenshot this right now, and then I'm going to
Somebody's
send
got
it
to be able to make a fucking 6x4 foot flag, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
well-
got to be big. We got to get it on the TV.
For
Oh,
for the listeners, this is a picture of two seagulls. It's like Photoshop two
In the
seagulls,
V,
so they
so it
look
looks
like
like
a
a
W.
W.
holding a hot dog in its mouth.
Yeah, they're holding hot dogs in their mouth, and they also have the
Giant
fake nutsack that Justin Turner had hanging out of his pants, just hanging off the back of these seagulls. It is
Just put a old style logo on them and a Cubs hat. It's perfect.
I know. The only thing is missing from this picture is like the Empire carpet guy and the Jesse White tumblers.
Maybe you put them on the nuts. Maybe you superimpose them on the nuts. It's like
Yeah.
one of those, you ever get one of those pictures during like COVID and they're like, zoom in. Do you see that? And then it's the guy with the big dong. It's, but it's the carpet guy.
Your COVID was different than mine.
Yeah, well, I had more fun than you did, apparently.
So I got one TFC, but I want to make a shirt of this. I think Billy could do it for us at least. Make a shirt.
The seagulls with balls.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I'd
Yeah.
wear that shirt.
This is it would go right there with Clark, the pantsless Clark.
I only night games. Yep. So, all right, here's my TFC. Well, I did go to the protest, and of course, I caught a few strays and a little backlash from people who don't agree with me on my politics. But I did enjoy this comment from a detractor of mine. It said, "You look like a gay Bill Burr on the tail end of a meningitis infection."
Dude, nobody's fucking nailed you better. Like, that is just so right on. James Lee, we are friends now.
Holy shit.
So that's pretty good. I mean, I think I blocked him eventually because of other shit. But
James
in that
Lee,
moment-
though, like his mouth looks like he just ate an entire bag of Cheetos.
yeah, well, I think so. Yeah, he's got a little orange dust on his orange anal dust.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought that was pretty good. It made me laugh. I'm like, usually I hate these fuckers, but
That was good.
Right.
That was good. That was a good burn.
you
Good
got to
burn.
give props when people come out real strong.
I normally play a Cubs song at the end, but instead, what I'm going to do is it's a 7 minute video, so stick around for it. You guys don't have to, but it's a video of me at the protest. And if you're listening on just a podcast version of it, there's a few parts where I talk during it, but mostly it's
But
pictures.
can you link the video in the podcast?
I will, and it's on my Facebook. I think I put it on the Discord. I put it around a couple places, but
That's it.
I went down to this protest by myself. I dressed as a Cubs fan. I wore this captain's hat, and I wore like a Cubs bandana, and I had an Obvious shirt. So shout out to Joe from Obvious Shirt. He made me two peaceful protester Obvious shirts as custom jobs, and he made my nephew a shirt for his first game that's coming up that he's going to. So Chance, good point, Robert. I was just about to go and not do it. But anyway, I'm going to play that video of that day. There's a bunch of funny signs that people had that they were protesting with, and, video of us going by Trump Tower and, saying our piece over there. And so anyway, I'm going to play that tonight. And so stick tuned if you want to see it. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm just going to play that. And it's got John Lennon's Power to the People, which I think
What a
is pretty
great fucking
appropriate.
song.
Yeah. So, all right, now let's pick a chance, and got too many tabs. All right, here we go. Chance. It's your last chance to get.
We cannot see it. We can only see the stop bitching.
Oh, all right. Hold on. It's because it.
God, Danny!
Bitch
Every
clock,
fucking
you have
week.
Oh no. Hold on.
Now where do you go?
Podcast is like being in a mental institution.
All right. I'm going to share my screen yet once again. Hopefully it works. No. Did I close it?
Come on, meningitis, Bill Burr. Give me fucking something.
All right. Here we go. The winner was Little Yumper.
Oh, Yumper.
But congratulations. I'll send you a message of love and doom if I ever figure out how a pen works.
So Yumper over there at Sadistic Penguins has a fuck ice shirt, and it's a penguin wearing a sombrero stomping on a piece of ice. And
Nice.
There's just something about that whole picture that really kind of I kind of love it. I like a penguin saying fuck ice.
Yeah, a lot of bartender friends of mine the past couple of weeks. They're like, we only drink it and eat now. Fuck ice.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like it. A lot of people going straight for the booze.
So, so on that note, fuck ice. Congratulations, Little Yumper. And now I'm just going to play my little protest video here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. No Kings. Spagog.
Kings. Spagog.
Spagog.
Hi, this is Danny Rocket with another Cubs, Wrigley Field, weather, and Mom's Shrine Report. There she is. You see a father and a son playing catch here. It's a beautiful thing. That's what Wrigley Field's all about. And I'm all about the people today. I'm actually heading down. I'm not going to go to the game today. I'm going to go down and protest. And I want to shout out, because it's the No Kings going on. I want to shout out Obvious Shirts. Look what they made me. Peaceful Protester shirt. Try kicking my ass in that one. And I'm wearing a captain's hat. I'm obviously the leader of the gang. So I'm going to end up down in El Salvador, aren't I? Anyway. Young people, old people, black, white, Hispanic, all different races. And, this is the true America that I believe in. So that's why I'm down here. And let's hope they let us say our piece. A lot of great signs. Chicagoans are very clever. Everybody's in a great mood. There's music jamming. People are just bagging drums, having a good time. Hopefully it'll stay this way. But people are angry, though, at the same time. It's not just like some little happy parade. People are freaking pissed off right now and ready to kick some ass, if, verbally. I just wanted to make another video under here. Watching all these people marching for their country, it's brought me to tears now numerous times. It's just fucking beautiful what these people are out here doing, sacrificing their Saturday. I know a lot of you guys are making fun of these people, but at least they're fucking out here raising their voice for people. Well, we seem to be heading to the Trump building. I don't know what that looks like eventually. Fuck ice! Fuck ice! Oh well! Fuck Donald Trump! Fuck Donald Trump! Lock him up! Lock him up! Seeing all the beautiful Chicagoans together has just brought me to tears numerous times today. People are feeding off each other's energy. They're supporting each other in their chants and the songs that they're singing. There's lots of musicians here. Everybody's having a pretty intense time, and we're also a good time, but we're also righteously angry at the right people, and I believe we're expressing ourselves in a very constructive way.
Fuck your birthday, Donald Trump. Fuck your birthday, Donald Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. I have broken into tears numerous times during this protest. Now there are people honking their horns, slapping five with the marchers, cheering them on. It's like a marathon. It's like being at the Chicago Marathon. Everybody's cheering each other on. So people are still hanging out, listening to music, dancing around, milling about, and enjoying each other's company down here in Daly Plaza. And I have to say that what I just witnessed in this parade was somewhat cathartic. It released some frustration and anger that I think we all have with what's going on right now, because it's just not America.